Our 200-year history is a story of innovation, popular global brands, and the indispensable role that people play in making a great company successful. It begins in the early 1800s with an Englishman, William Colgate, who believed he could bring innovation to the business of making and selling soap. At the time, most soap was still made in the home, and what soap was commercially made was sold in bulk crates and barrels. In 1806, William, at the age of just 22, opened a business at 6 Dutch Street in New York City. From the beginning, he insisted on conducting his business with the utmost integrity and a deep commitment to improving the lives of people. Soon, he was selling his soap in pre-measured bars, often delivering it to the customer's home. Very creative marketing for the time. To meet rapidly expanding demand for its soap, starch, and candles, the firm moved and expanded its production facilities across the Hudson River in a new Jersey City factory. Under the leadership of William Colgate's son, Samuel, Colgate and Company began producing perfume essences and introduced the first perfumed soaps, the most famous of which was Cashmere Bouquet. It later became one of the company's first global product successes. In the last few decades of the century, there was a growing interest in personal care products, which set the stage for the introduction of tooth powders and Colgate dental cream, first sold in jars. In 1896, Colgate was one of the first to package dental cream in collapsible.
Greetings, students. Today we are going to learn about one of USA's leading company. Most of us at least once must have heard the name of the company, Colgate-Palmolive. Let us know this company in a much better way. The Colgate-Palmolive Company is an American multinational consumer products company focused on the production, distribution, and provision of household, healthcare, and personal products such as soap, detergent, and oral hygiene products, including toothpaste and toothbrushes. Under its Hills brand, it is also a manufacturer of veterinary products. The company's corporate offices are on Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, New York City.
In 1928, we merged with another well-known soap company, Palmolive Peet. It was itself the result of a merger between Peet Brothers Company and the Palmolive Company, named after its very popular Palmolive soap, which contained two innovative ingredients, palm and olive oil. Our progress toward becoming a global company began during this period. The first Colgate International subsidiary was Canada, and in the years just before and after the Palmolive Peet merger, we added major operations in the South Pacific and Asia, all across Europe, throughout Latin America, and in Africa. Over the decades, in all these regions, our brands became a familiar part of life for local consumers. These businesses and the Colgate people who built them became the foundation for our unique global strengths. During the decades following the Second World War, we entered the age of modern consumer products marketing and advertising. The pace of global business was picking up.
Colgate dental
And soon we became known for our creative use of an exciting new medium, television, both in the U.S. and around the world.
Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate dental cream, it cleans your breath.
Our present corporate name, Colgate-Palmolive Company, was adopted in 1953. 3 years later, new headquarters for the corporation and the U.S. company were established at 300 Park Avenue in New York.
In 1806, William Colgate, an English soap and candle maker, opened up a starch, soap and candle factory on Dutch Street, New York City, under the name of William Colgate and Company. In 1833, he suffered a severe heart attack, stopping his business from selling. But after a couple of years of recovery, he continued with his business. In the 1840s, the firm began selling individual cakes of soap in uniform weights. In 1857, William Colgate died, and the company was reorganized as Colgate and Company under the management of Samuel Colgate, his son, who did not want to continue the business but thought it would be the right thing to do. In 1872, Colgate introduced Cashmere Bouquet, a perfume soap. In 1873, the firm introduced its first toothpaste, an aromatic toothpaste sold in jars. His company sold the first toothpaste in a tube, Colgate Ribbon Dental Cream, invented by the dentist Washington Saffield in 1896. In 1896, Colgate hired Martin Ithner and under his direction founded one of the first applied research labs. By 1908, they initiated mass selling of toothpaste in tubes. His other son, James Burman Colgate, was a primary trustee of Colgate University, formerly Madison University. Today, Colgate has numerous subsidiary organizations spanning 200 countries, but it is publicly listed in only two, the United States and India. On October 25, 2012, the company announced it will cut more than 2,310 workers or 6% of its workforce by the end of 2016 in a push to make the consumer products company more efficient. In 1890, Madison University, New York State was renamed Colgate University in honor of the Colgate family following decades of financial support and involvement. The Colgate-Palmolive Company has sponsored a non-profit track meet open to women of all ages. This event is called the Colgate Women's Games. The Colgate Women's Game is the nation's largest amateur track series open to all girls from elementary school through college. Held at Brooklyn Pratt Institute, competitors participate in preliminary meets and semi-finals over 5 weekends throughout January. The Ethical Consumer Research Association once recommended that its readers do not buy Colgate because of its use of animal testing, though this is no longer the case. In 2011, Colgate-Palmolive was one of the first companies recognized by PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, under the new Working for Regulatory Change category for companies that test on animals only when mandated by government regulations and are actively seeking alternatives to animal testing. In 2006, Colgate-Palmolive acquired an 84% stake in the ethical personal care product manufacturer Tom's of Maine. In 2011, the company chose to retain the use of triclosan in its market-leading total toothpaste range, despite withdrawing it from several other product ranges, following concern about triclosan impact on health and the environment. Colgate-Palmolive was named one of the 100 best companies for working mothers in 2004 by Working Mothers magazine. The 2012 Human Rights Campaign report card on American businesses gave Colgate an A for its support of diversity in the workplace. The iconic hand on the Palmolive dishwashing soap label belongs to Elizabeth Barber. The image is a highly illustrated photograph taken in 1985 when the Colgate-Palmolive company updated the image, hiring Barber, then a hand model with the Ford agency in New York City. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the injunction petition filed by Colgate against the Pepsodent Jeremy Check Superior Power advertisement. HUL's spokesperson expressed his satisfaction, saying, "We are very pleased with this and are eagerly awaiting the orders from the court." The Pepsodent Colgate ad war, which started on August 11 with the release of Pepsodent's latest TVC that blatantly used Colgate's name in their ad, claiming 130% better production, led Colgate to file a case in Delhi High Court on August 13, 2013. The court stated that the commercial does not denigrate the product of the competitor Colgate. The controversial TVC that dragged the two FMCG majors to court portrayed Pepsodent Germi-Check Plus Superior Power as a breakthrough innovation which is scientifically proven to have 130% Germi-Tech power benchmarked against Colgate's Strong Teeth. Earlier, after the release of the TVC, when HUL was asked the reason behind using Colgate's name in the advertisement, Atul Sinha, category head oral care, Hindustan Unilever Limited, said, "It makes the consumer aware in a manner that is most relevant to them and enables them to make a more informed choice of the toothpaste they buy for their families. We have done this as a truthful representation of our scientific test in a very responsible manner." The campaign has created a buzz for both the brands, and experts feel it will create publicity for Pepsodent as well as Colgate. Speaking about it, AG Krishnamurthy, the founder, chairman and managing director of Mudra Communications, said, comparative advertisement works only if it is between the number 2 and number 1. Otherwise, it does not matter. For now, the two brands are basking in the buzz the controversy has generated. So students, we got to know about the various aspects of Colgate-Palmolive. We went through the company's history to its present market scenario. Hope you must have got useful information about the company. Have a nice day.